hear Brutus speak.
Be patient till the last. Romans, countrymen, lovers, hear me for my cause and be silent that you may hear. Believe me for my honor and have respect to my honor that you may believe. Awaken your senses that you may be the better judge. If there be any in the assembly, any dear friend of Caesar, to him I say, Brutus's love was no less than his. If that friend demand answer why Brutus arose against Caesar, this is my answer. Not that I love Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. Would you Caesar living and die all slaves?
No.
Then Caesar die and live all free men.
Freedom!
As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice at it. As he was valiant, I honor him. And as he was ambitious, I slew him. There's tears for his love, joy for his honor, and honor for his valor, and death for his ambition. Who he would be so base that would be a bondman? If any, speak, for him have I offended. Who he would be so rude that would not be a Roman? If any, speak, for him have I offended. Who he would be so vile that would not love his country? If any, speak, for him have I offended. I pause for a reply.
None.
Then none have I offended. Here comes his body, mourned by Mark Antony, who, though he had no hand in his death, shall receive the full benefit of his dying. A place in the commonwealth, as which of you shall not. As I depart, as I slew my best lover, I have the same dagger for myself, which shall please my country to need my death.
Statue with his ancestors.
Caesar's better part shall be crowned in Brutus.
We'll take him to his house with shouts and clamors.
Right.
My countrymen, good countrymen, as I depart, let me do so alone. Stay and hear Antony's speeches tending towards Caesar's glories and Caesar's corpse, which he is allowed to make by our permission. I say, let no man depart, save I alone, till Antony has spoke.
Brutus! 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 Brutus!
Oh, and let us hear, Mark Antony! For Brutus' sake I am beholding to you.
What does he say of Brutus?
For Brutus' sake he finds himself beholding time.
You gentle Romans, friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is often turned with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus hath told you Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously hath Caesar answered it. Here, under leave of Brutus and the rest, but Brutus is an honorable man.
Yes, honorable.
So are they all. All honorable men. Come I to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man.
Yes,
He has brought many captives bosoms did the general coffers fill? Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When that the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. If Brutus says he was ambitious and Brutus is an honorable man. You all did see that on the Lupercal I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse.
Rice. Yes.
Was this ambition? If Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure, he is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke, but here I am to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him? Judgment. Thou art fled to Brutus, beasts, and men have lost their reasons. Bear with me, for my heart is there with Caesar, and I must pause till it come back to me.
Methinks there is much reason in his sayings.
If thou consider the matter rightly, Caesar has had great wrong.
Has he, masters? I feel like there will come worse in his place.
Marcus, you his words, he would not take the ground, therefore 'tis certain he was not ambitious.
There is not a man in Rome more nobler than Antony.
But yesterday, the word of Caesar might have stood against the world. Now lies he there, and none so poor to do him reverence. Masters, if I were disposed to stir your hearts and minds to mutiny and rage, I should do Brutus wrong, Cassius wrong, for you all know are honorable men. I will not do them wrong. I'd rather choose to wrong the dead, to wrong myself and you, and I will wrong such honorable men. But here's a parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. 'Tis his will. Read it. Let but the comments hear this testament, which, pardon me, I do not mean to read. They would go and kiss dead Caesar's wounds, dip their napkins in his sacred blood, yea, beg a hair of him for memory, and dying, mention it within their wills.
Read the will. Read the will.
Read the will.
Have patience, gentle friends. I must not read it. It is not meet you know how Caesar loved you. You are not wood. You are not stones, but men. And being men, hearing the will of Caesar, it will inflame you. It will make you mad. 'Tis good you know not that you are his heirs. For if you should, oh, what would come of it?
The will. Read the will.
Will you be patient? Will you stay a while? I almost shot myself to tell you of it. I fear I wrong the honorable men whose daggers have stabbed Caesar. I do fear it.
Honorable men, they were traitors.
Villains.
Traitors.
Read the will, and
We want to hear the will.
You will compel me then to read the will.
Yes. Read the will.
Then make a ring about the corpse of Caesar, and let me show you him that made the will.
A ring around the body.
You all do know this mantle. I remember the first time ever Caesar put it on. It was on a summer's evening, in his tent. And on that day, he overcame the Nurii. Look. In this place ran Cassius's dagger through. see what a rent the envious Casca made. Through this, the well-beloved Brutus stabbed. And as he plucked his cursed steel away, mark of the blood of Caesar followed it. For Brutus, as you know, was Caesar's angel. Judge, oh you gods, how dearly Caesar loved him. This was the most unkindest cut of all. For when noble Caesar saw him stab in gratitude more strong than a traitor's arm, quite vanquished him, and then burst his mighty heart and in his mantle, muffling up his face, even at the base of Pompey's statue, which all the while ran blood. Great Caesar fell. What a fall was there, my countrymen. And then you, and I, all of us, we fell down whilst bloody treason flourished over us. Kind souls, what? Weep you when you but behold our great Caesar's vesture wounded. Look you here. Here is himself born, as you see, with his traitors.
Oh, Caesar! Murderers! Villains! We will be revenged! Yes!
Stay, countrymen! Good friends, sweet friends, let me not stir you up to such a sudden flood of mutiny. They that have done this deed are honorable. What private griefs they have, alas, I know not, that made them do it. They are wise and honorable, and will no doubt with reasons answer you. I come not, friends, to steal away your hearts. I am no orator as Brutus is, but as you know me all, a plain bloodsman that loved my friend. And that they know full well that gave me public leave to speak of him. For I have neither wit, nor words, nor worth, action, nor utterance, nor the power of speech to stir men's blood. I only speak right on. I tell you that which you yourselves do know. I show you sweet Caesar's wounds, poor dumb mouths. I bid them speak for me. But were I Brutus, and Brutus Antony, there were an Antony, would ruffle up your spirits and put a tongue in every wound of Caesar that should move the stones of Rome to rise and mutiny! Hear me, countrymen! Then hear me speak. My friends, you go to do you know not what. Earnest Caesar thus deserve your loves. Alas, you know not. I must tell you then. You have forgotten the will I told you of.
Yes, the will.
Here is the will.
Here is the will. And under Caesar's seal he gives to every Roman citizen, to every several man, 75 drachmas.
Oh,
75
no,
of them.
Caesar! We will revenge him!
Moreover, he hath left you all his walks, his private arbors, new planted orchards on this side Tiber. He hath left them you, and to your heirs forever, common pleasures to walk abroad and recreate yourselves. Here was a Caesar! When comes such another?
Never!
Come away! We will burn his body in the holy place and with the brand spine of the traitors' houses. Pick up the body!
Now let it work. Mischief thou art afoot. Take thou what course thou wilt.
I dreamt tonight that I did feast with Caesar, and things unluckily charge my fancy. I have no will to wander forth of doors, yet something leads me forth.
What is your name?
Whither are you going?
Where do you dwell?
Are you a married man or a bachelor?
Answer every man directly.
Aye, and briefly.
High and wisely.
I and truly you were best.
What is my name? Whither am I going? Where do I dwell?
Quickly!
Am I a married man or a bachelor? Well, to answer every man directly and briefly, wisely and truly. Wisely I say, I am a bachelor.
That's as much to say as he's a fool that marries. You'll bear me a bang for that, I fear. Proceed directly.
Directly I am headed to Caesar's funeral.
As a friend or an enemy?
As a friend, as a friend.
That matters, answer directly.
For your dwelling, briefly.
Briefly I dwell by the capital.
Your name, sir, truly.
Truly,
Truly.
my name is Cinna.
Sinner, tear him to pieces. He is a conspirator.
I'm Cinna the poet. I'm Cinna the poet.
Doesn't matter. Tear for his bad verses. Tear him for his bad.
I'm not Cinna the conspirator.
You are good enough.
Oh, I've done nothing wrong.
Pluck but his name out of his heart and turn him going.
Tear him! Tear him! Come, brands home! Fire brands! To Brutus! To Cassius! Burn all!
All of them.
To Decius! To Casca! Away, go!
No! No! Get your hands off me! Look at the throne! Look at the throne! Get your hands off me! No! There's a fighter! No, you bitch!
No!
Get off! Yes! You'll never get it.
There will now be a brief intermission.